My favorite thing about this time of year is the food. I love the music, but number one thing is all of the good stuff I get to eat. Today, I'm going to share with you some of my favorite sides, starting up first, cranberry sauce. I grew up eating cranberry sauce out of the can, but as I got older, I really enjoyed cooking things that I've never tried before, and so cranberry sauce became something that I enjoyed making. This recipe, I spiced it up a little bit. I've got ginger and apple, lemon, of course, spices, and I decided to do something a little different this year. I'm going sugar-free, and I have to tell you, there was not any difference in taste. It came out absolutely delicious. Cranberry sauce is nearly impossible to mess up. Once it starts cooking on the stove, the cranberries release a gelatin, and really in no time you have a delicious, gooey, fruity mix that you just process in a blender, then pour into a container or a jar and refrigerate overnight, and just like that, absolutely delicious homemade cranberry sauce ready for you to enjoy. Also, I forgot to add, I did not puree all of the cranberries just because I like a little bit of texture with mine. So I mix in a few spoonfuls of unprocessed cranberries with my cranberry sauce. So this recipe here is inspired by my great-grandmother. I actually did not grow up eating cha-cha. My mom makes a vinegar blend of cucumbers, an onion seasoned with salt and pepper, and we put that on the greens. But one of my trips down south as an adult, I learned about cha-cha and what goes in it, and so I've been making it ever since, and I absolutely love it. It's basically a spicy tomato relish that tastes amazing. It also works well on sandwiches. If you like pickled peppers, this is just really good for that. Maple syrup. The first time I posted cha-cha online, people seeing an apple go with tomatoes, onions, and peppers created a weird response. People didn't think it would taste good, but I have to tell you, you cannot taste it. The apple acts as a natural sweetener. It does not taste weird at all. Like, everything blends so perfectly together. You really wouldn't know apple was in the cha-cha unless you saw it being made or somebody told you. So trust me, you don't want to skip out on putting the apple in. I know this is probably going to be an unpopular opinion, but kale is much better than collard greens. I pretty much have grown up eating collard greens my entire life. When I was a kid, if it was the winter holidays or even during the summertime, my mom makes collard greens, even now, still to this day. But for me, I think I prefer the ease and the quickness of cooking kale, because collard greens take much longer to cook, but also I think I just really prefer the taste. Collard greens have become like grape Kool-Aid to me. I really just don't want any parts of it. So no matter what type of greens you are cooking, the cleaning portion is very important. You want to make sure you check the stems and the leaves for any bugs, and make sure you do a good job of removing all of the stem, because the stem does not taste good. I've been doing this since I was a kid. This was part of our job. The day before Thanksgiving, we would sit in the living room floor and basically remove the leaves from the stems like I'm doing right here. Now, some people might say rinsing your greens 3 times is overkill, but greens are dirty, so you want to make sure that you don't have any dirt or anything that you don't want to eat lingering on the leaves. So I say better safe than sorry. Just rinse your greens 3 times. For this recipe, I used 2 bunches of kale, and to start out, I'm cooking the onions, peppers, and garlic with a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil on medium-high heat. Then I season these veggies before I add my cleaned greens to the pot. I used to do my greens with smoked turkey neck, but finding that in the grocery store has usually been hit or miss, so I figured how to make it vegan and make it taste good. You absolutely need liquid smoke if you're not doing it with smoked turkey neck, so it'll still taste good and it'll taste like you got meat in it, but it's not. It's the liquid smoke. I started my new year out with this recipe and I am obsessed. This is how I eat my black-eyed peas now. Did not grow up eating Ghanaian red bread, but this is how I absolutely eat black-eyed peas now. It's not the holidays if you don't have sweet potato souffle on your plate. To me, sweet potatoes equal Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. You just have to have it. It's a staple. Your plate wouldn't look right without it. So this version of sweet potato souffle is going to be dairy and sugar free. However, if you don't have any issues with dairy and you are fine with sugar, there's a version that is full of dairy and sugar on my page. I also follow a lot of vegan cooks online, and for me, cooking with dates is something new, but since I'm trying to limit or completely remove sugar from my diet, I decided to give dates a try. Now, they taste good and the flavor is there, but in terms of the creamy smoothness for the souffle that I'm used to, it's really not there. So you can see it's still a little bit lumpy here. If I had to do it again, I would probably substitute the dates with coconut sugar and more maple syrup. However, it still was amazing. I can't wait to eat some more. I look at deviled eggs as special occasion food. So if it's the holidays during the winter time, or you're at an event during the spring or summer, you gotta have deviled eggs. I mean, they're absolutely delicious. The hardest thing is peeling the egg, and I think I kind of got it down with a little bit of mistakes, but basically you want to make sure you crack the entire surface, all sides of the egg, and try not to get frustrated when you're peeling it, and it'll come out like this. When it comes to the holidays, it's really just another excuse for me to be in the kitchen playing around with food because I absolutely love cooking. I hope these recipes helped you or maybe gave you some ideas about how to spice up your favorite holiday foods. Thanks for watching.